In this lecture, we are going to learn two more quality tools. First is flowchart and next is cause and effect diagram. And just see what is flowchart. This is a way of representing a procedure using simple symbols and arrows. And you have already know this in C++ or C programming, various programming. You have to first draw the flowchart, as well as in industrial engineering you have to draw a flowcharts for study the process. Same thing, principles you have to use here for solving or understanding a quality problems. Just flowchart shows the activities in a process and the relationship between them. The operations and decisions can be represented in the flowcharts. How does it works? Determine what procedure you want to represent. Start at certain point and then go step by step using circle or rectangles for operations and other elements, and diamonds for decision making, and you have to use arrows for showing the flow and the direction, and at the end you have to give a title to this document and let it close with an ending point as in computer programs. What is the use of this flowchart? The process or procedure should be understood easily, and it demonstrates the relationship between the elements. Just we will take one small example to understand the flowchart. Suppose you are intended to repair a certain machine. Then first you have to perform the repair through the necessary, then check it, and if does not work, then you have to continue with repairs. Just see in flowchart, start, repair the machine, then check the machine, then here you have to make a decision using a diamond symbol. If it is working, then end the process. If the machine is not working, again you have to return and repair the machine. Okay, this is the simplest flowchart. And after that there is one more type of flowchart, is top down flowchart. In this flowchart, this is used for planning new process or examining the existing one. Here keep people focused on the whole process. This is the benefit. How it is done? Here you have to list the major steps in this chart: measure, analyze, improve, and control. These are the four major steps written across the top of the chart. Then list the sub steps under each category, so that you will understand in this activity what are the different sub activities we are expecting to complete. That's why it is especially used for planning a new procedure or existing procedure. Now just see the here some examples flowcharts for linear. Some symbols are shown. This is especially used in, you have seen this is used for delay purpose. This is for storage, this is for measurement, transmission, transportation. All these symbols you have studied in industrial engineering, and all these symbols you have studied in computer programming. And these symbols is used for drawing a flowchart. the application or benefits is it shows actually what happens at each step in the process. It also shows what's happened when non-standard events occur and graphically displays procedure to identify redundancies and other wasted efforts, so that there should not be wastage of your efforts, time or money. For that purpose this flowchart is necessary, and already we have seen write a process in step by step inside this symbol, connect this symbol with arrows showing the direction of it. This is the simplest tool which is used by quality control engineer. And in exam point of view they ask a very simple question: write short note on flowchart or any three quality tools. At that time it is expected that you have to write what is flowchart, how does it work, and what is the benefit, and you have to write one simple example. After that the next quality tool is a cause and effect diagram. This cause and effect diagram is also called a fishbone diagram, or it is also called as Ishikawa diagram, as the Ishikawa is a quality guru which has invented this cause and effect diagram, and it demonstrates the causes of particular problem. If there is a problem, why this problem has occurred, what is the purpose, to demonstrate the different causes of a particular problem. For that purpose you have to draw this cause and effect diagram. Before going to draw a cause and effect diagram, you have to study, brainstorm the technique, use the brainstorm technique to generate various possible causes. Means before starting or drawing this cause and effect diagram, you should have a very good brainstorming session, and then you go for drawing this cause and effect diagram. For that purpose you will, in brainstorming, you can understand or you can discuss what are the various possible causes. Especially most possible causes fall in four categories. First is manpower, machine, method and material. Okay, just we will see here cause and effect diagram. This is the effect and these are the different causes, as its shape looks like a fish bone. That's why it is called as fishbone diagram. And these are the different causes, and this is the effect, and these causes are mainly material, manpower, machine or method. These are the possible four causes. And how does it work? Determine the effect or problem you would like to examine. That problem you have to take for brainstorming. You have to categorize the possible causes. I already told you: man, material, machine or equipment. These are the possible causes. You have, if all these are not applicable, then consider only those which are more relevant. Okay, and how find the subcategories? In example you will understand what is the subcategories and describe the all possible causes and what will be the benefit. Benefit is given in next slide. Just see what is the benefit. First of all, you should break the problem in a small problem, and it fosters or recommends teamwork. All people should come together and discuss the problem, just like brainstorming. After that, common understanding of factors causing the problem, roadmap to verify picture of the process, and follows brainstorming relationship as we have discussed. Now once again you will see the here we have shown the fishbone diagram or same cause and effect diagram. It is the graphical representation of trial leading to the root cause of a problem. How it is done, we have already discussed. Decide which quality, characteristics, outcome or effect you want to examine. After that you have to draw a straight line and you have to draw a rib to this straight line. These all are main causes. The main causes already we know: man, material, machines or equipment, and there will be some sub causes. This small bone or medium size bone, these will be the secondary causes, and small bones are root causes. In this way you have to draw. We will understand it by using some examples. Once again I have already told this will be the effect: man, machine, measurement or method. We will see one good example of this casting blowholes, but before that once again I will repeat what is the procedure or steps in cause and effect analysis. First you have to identify the problem. Here problem is there is blowholes in casting. Then note what are the main categories. Here the main causes are equipment, manpower, material and method. In every problem there may be these are the main four causes, or you are, after discussion you may take only those causes which are effect on these problems. After that you can add the causes to the diagram. This is the main cause. Suppose take example the blowholes in casting. There this is due to equipment, but in equipment rusty and old molding box, this is the causes, sub causes, and due to this rusting and old boxes this blowholes in casting is possible. Suppose the main cause this is due to the manpower, but what is the sub cause? It may be inadequate skill, or there is this worker is not much skilled, then the blowholes is possible. Second cause is careless of workers, careless, due to which it is possible the blowholes. In this way you have to identify the likely causes, identify the most probable causes and verify these causes. Here you can say there may be problem in method or doing a casting process. First the cores not properly baked. If there are cores, and if the cores are not properly baked, then there may be problem of blowholes in casting. Hard hammered molds or mold not adequately verified, due to which the blowholes are possible. Also this type material, due to the problems in materials the blowholes are possible. There is rust and moisture on chills and chaplets, and also excessive moisture content, then the blowholes are possible. And other examples are also given here for your more understanding. The next example is decrease in production rate. Same categorize man, equipment, method, material. This is for your understanding. You can pause here and understand it. The next is excessive type